Hello, my name is Pamela and I am the program manager for the San Diego Unified School District Family Engagement Department. I was a classroom teacher for over 15 years, and I've taught grades kindergarten through 5th grade. I'm originally from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm home of Southern University Jaguars as well as LSU Tigers. And I have been in San Diego. I came to San Diego back in 1990 via military. And so my sons actually attended schools, elementary, middle, and high school, graduated from Senior Unified School Districts. One is in college and one is in the U.S. Navy. Today, I am honored to be a part of the 28th Black History Read Aloud. So I'm going to be sharing with you a beautiful story of an African-American achiever. I believe that Black history is very important. It's important because Black history is the fabric of our nation and of our society. I'm learning about our ancestors, illustrate how they overcame great obstacles and challenges in spite of their environment and their circumstances, and they achieved greatness. But they didn't just achieve greatness for themselves, they achieved greatness for all of mankind. And so their contributions have paved the way for others to reach their highest potential in life. And additionally, it actually inspires us to achieve excellence while giving us the confidence that we can. We can definitely accomplish any goal that we have in life. No one can stop you from accomplishing your goals. So today I'm going to be reading from this beautiful book by a local author, Mr. Charles 3X Alexander. The name of the book is We Are Our Ancestors' Keepers. And so the story I'm going to be reading today is the story of Simone Biles. Her name is Simone Biles. And as a classroom teacher, I'm always thinking of reading strategies because I know that reading is essential. You need reading throughout your life. Wherever you go, you're going to have to read signs if you're applying for a job, if you're reading a book to gain information, for enjoyment. Like you're reading a magazine, you're reading a newspaper, you're reading a recipe. So reading is essential. It can entertain you, it can convince you, it can make you happy, it can inform you, it can make you cry, but it can evoke different emotions, but reading can take you to other places. I used to love it being in a classroom. I asked the kids, hey, you want to go on a field trip? So we would go on a field trip in a book, and that's what reading does. But I want to capitalize on our high impact home strategy since I am family engagement, and we have this on our website in multiple languages, but it's some reading strategies you could put in place before reading, questions you ask, because we're reading for knowledge, we're reading for comprehension. So questions you ask before reading, in your mind thinking about what you're about to read. Then you're thinking about, okay, as you're reading, what are your wonderings, things to do during the reading, and then after the reading, additional questions. Just capture what you learned, your wonderings, and then what was like interesting to you and why. So you always want to ask yourself questions during reading, because you're reading for comprehension, you're reading for knowledge, okay? So I'm going to infuse some of these questions as I'm reading today about Miss Biles. So again, I'm going to be reading from the book, We Are Our Ancestors' Keepers, and I'm going to be reading the story of Simone Biles. So before I start this story, key question, what do you know about Simone Biles? Have you heard of her before? Do you know who she is? Simone Biles. And so I just gave you the title of the story. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you an illustration. And so with the illustration, it may give you a little more knowledge. So here's the story of Simone Biles. Here's the illustration. So what do you notice about the illustration or the picture? What do you notice? Now, what do you think this story is going to be about? What do you think it's going to share about Simone Biles? And why do you think that? The story of Simone Biles. We see the illustration here, the picture. What are your wonderings before I start reading? Okay, hold on to those wonderings, and then I'll start reading the story of Simone Biles. Young Simone Biles was born in 1997 in Columbus, Ohio, and she was flipped onto the scene in 2003. Her mother struggled with problems in life, and that happens to us. You know, things arise, we have problems, we have challenges, and many of us are facing challenging times right now. So her mother had these struggles and problems in life, which caused her to give her children up for adoption. Big word, adoption. So her mom had struggles, and she wasn't able to take care of Simone and her children. And so she wanted them to be in the care of a loving family that could provide all of their needs and that could support them. So she put them up for adoptions because she wasn't able to take care of them and provide all the things that they needed. Now, this type of change in Simone's life made her understand how to deal with the pressures of leadership. She lived with her grandparents, so her grandparents actually adopted her, which is beautiful, along with one of her sisters. Now, the other two siblings lived with another close family member. I can actually relate to Simone because as my mom actually adopted one of my niece, my brother's daughter, because her mother couldn't take care of her. So this just touched my heart when I read this story, and that's why I wanted to share it with you. So Simone loved gymnastics, so much that she decided to homeschool, to go to school from home, so she could train for her sport. She loved gymnastics so much. She even had the chance to go to college, but decided to take a chance of a lifetime, decided to follow her passion, decided to follow her dreams, decided to dream big beyond her circumstances so she can pursue gymnastics. Now, the understanding that college was always a place she can go back to in the future, so she didn't put that out of her mind, but she knew she can always go back to college and she can return to college, really motivated her to pursue her gymnastic career because she had a chance of a lifetime. She had been practicing for this. She knew, I needed to practice. I need to practice to be great. And because of her dedication, her perseverance, and her passion, she won 14 World Olympic Championship gold medals. Now I have a couple of medals here. They're not from the Olympics. I only have it here for show. But I have a couple of medals here. Imagine her winning 14 world championships, competing against other gymnasts from around the world. She won the gold medal from 2013 to 2016, and she became a 5-time Olympic medalist in 2016. So the young lady gained so much popularity. So I want to ask you now, what are you thinking about Miss Simone Biles? What are your thoughts? What are you thinking about her? And then why are you thinking those thoughts? From what I just read, from the passage I've just been reading to you, what makes you think those things? Hold on to that. So the young lady gained so much popularity, like everyone knew Simone Biles, because she's making history. In spite of her humble beginnings, being raised by her grandparents, and having some struggles with her mom growing up, she achieved greatness. And she also received so many offers for deals to promote products like shoes or the gymnastic clothes or different products that we see on the TV advertised. They wanted Simone Biles to promote their products. And this was because not only her beautiful smile, but she had a charming personality. And so here's an image of her with all of her medals. Remember, she won 14 World Championship gold medals, as well as 5. She became a 5-time Olympic medalist in 2016. That's competing with people who do gymnastics from around the world, and she's number 1. So as I end, I want to ask you a question because I'm done reading the story. And I want to know what part resonated with you? What part did you like best of the story of Simone Biles? And why did you like that part? And think about maybe one or a few things you learned about Simone Biles, who's an outstanding African-American achiever. Thank you. I enjoyed sharing this story with you today, and I hope you continue to read more and learn more and engage more with our 28-day Black History Read Alouds. Have a wonderful day.